Hi there. This is usually the kind of thing that you would probably want to get done around something like, I don't know, around a suicide prevention day or Pride Month or something along those lines, but you know, maybe making it in December before the biggest holiday of the entire year is probably for the best, actually. Are you okay? Oh, whether or not you are, I hope you are. And if you're not alright, then I hope that things will start to improve soon for you. But I just wanted to little video here to remind you, and maybe to tell you, but God, I hope I'm not telling you, that no matter what it is that you're going through, things will get better. Which really doesn't, like, it. It's the kind of thing that you hear all the time, right? And every single time you hear it, maybe you consider it to be something that you're told by someone who is spoiled by life and who just says stuff like that. Just makes them feel better to think to themselves that they're improving the lives of someone else. And maybe, maybe that's true in some cases. Maybe some people just do it to ego, to fluff themselves up a little bit more and convince themselves they're doing something because they're trying to combat how, in reality, it's very hard to do much of anything. But I'm here to maybe provide you a little bit of hope. Tell you that even if everything seems darker than it's ever been for you in your entire life, right now, things things can look bleak, right? Especially with the world we're in today. But in this moment, with me, here in our little van together, you're okay. And you can take all the time you need to sit down here with me and hear me talk about whatever it is we make up as we go. And decompress. Take a big deep breath with me, right? So, in and out. And take a second to think about, everyone that's with you. That hopefully that you do have people here, and if you don't, I'm glad to provide an ear to big old ear to listen to you and a not so big old shoulder to cry on. But I think things can be, well, things are always difficult. But sometimes they can be less difficult if we show each other the love and care that we need. And it can be hard to ask for help, It can be really hard to ask for help, actually, and God knows I struggle with it myself sometimes. Very, very often, but you don't have to ask for help if you can just relax for a bit, listen to the music box I got going, and, you know, chill out for a bit. Grab a drink, sit down. You're not sitting already. Maybe go lay down, in fact. Maybe crawl into the bed and get nice and cozy under the covers. Feel a few minutes more for yourself. Because God knows you deserve it. asking for help is hard. I know I said it before, and frankly, I probably don't need to say it twice, but we shouldn't, I think, struggle to reach out towards those who care for us, right? And again, if you really need it, I am here for you. Of course, I'm here for you. You're giving me your time. You're sitting here, chilling out next to me right here, right now, listening to the sound of my voice and all. And if I didn't give you the same courtesy, then that'd just be rude of me, huh? A little love and kindness can go a long way, you know? The world can feel so devoid of it, though, can it? Like, it just feels like sometimes everybody's in a competition to see who can be the biggest asshole to those around them. Fucked if I know who's giving up the prizes for it, but I'm not in the mood to compete. Unless it's for your affection, but then I don't think it'd be much competition at all. Hmm. A little bit funny, isn't it? It's how distant we can feel from one another. How you can probably contact one of your friends like in an instant right now. Maybe you're talking to one and have this going on in the background so you can listen to the soft voice of someone who cares. You know, not counting the aforementioned friend who probably loves you. But I forgot what I was saying. Must not have been all that important. Alright. I was talking about how connected we are, but also how distant we all tend to be to one another. It's almost sad, you know? That we can fall in love with someone we'll never get to meet. How that connectedness can make us feel like we're right next to each other, but still we're so far. So far away. Of course, though, you're right here with me. And I'll be here with you. Again, as long as you want me to be. You want a story? I can make something up. It won't be a very good story, though. I have no way of hearing you. Even if you do speak up. So I'm just gonna assume that you gave me a big ol' yes. Oh. Told you it wasn't gonna be very good because, well, none of my stories are good ones. So this one's about a little kitty cat fell in love. Now, this little kitty cat, this little cute little raver, all her radiant colors, her shining adoration, and the love of her life being none other than the world that she lives in. She had been mistreated over and over and over again, and she was at her limit. So she decided to find a little world to escape to. Magical place where she could meet lots and lots of other friends. People who were hurt, people who were broken just like her, but still, people that she could fall in love with. People who she could connect to. Companions and friends. Those who she thought we get to spend her whole life with. Now, our wonderful little protagonist, cute little kitten, ends up meeting a puppy. And at first, little kitten, the puppy, see each other, but they don't talk too much, right? Because, frankly, the little kitten at the time didn't know many people. It was a little lonely little kitty. After all, she had just lost many of her friends. And even worse than that, somebody had broken her heart. Now, when this little kitten met this puppy, two of them very, very rapidly fell for one another. When they got to make friends, got introduced through mutual companion, the two of them, they fell head over heels for each other. There was nothing that the little kitten would do. You know, well, sorry, I was saying that there was nothing she would do, but in truth, she would do anything to make her puppy happy. And the two of them couldn't be with each other because little puppy, well, she had convinced little kitten, a very, very scary dragon, the one responsible for holding her heart hostage. Now, there'll be a twist later on about this little puppy and her dragon. I'm getting ahead of myself for that one. No. Cute little puppy. Cute little kitten. And a lot of time together, despite how apparently this big bad dragon would do anything if it meant getting to keep the puppy to herself. And the kitten believed the puppy. Believed every word that she told her because the little kitten, well, let's just say that she's a little naive. Now, the dragon though, dragon that the little kitten sadly mistrusted for the longest time, she thought that the puppy was being mistreated by them. She would do anything to see the two of them broken apart. So that little kitty, because she was lied to, because her little heart wanted to see nothing more than that precious little puppy happy. Did everything she could to make sure that little puppy clung tighter to her. She would support her and listen to every single lie that little puppy dog told her about that lovely dragon. You might start thinking to yourself a little bit about how a certain kitty might have made a few mistakes, but I don't think one can truly blame her. So, all of her efforts eventually end up bearing fruit. There's a sort of alignment of stars, and she's told that the dragon slipped the chains that she had placed on the little puppy, and the puppy was free to frolic and fall in love and do as she pleased. And so, he fell in love with the kitten. And for a time, the puppy gave the kitty as much love as she could have possibly wanted. Then, act started to form. As it turned out, the puppy was a little liar. In truth, sorry, my ear's a little itchy. But in truth, she wasn't as loyal as he had convinced that lost cat. Wasn't as caring or as adoring. So, eventually, that little kitty felt her heart start to tremble. It was harder to focus, harder to love this world that she so adored. This little puppy lied to her over and over again about how they would spend more time together, how they would frolic, and to go back to how they once were. Of course, the kitten listened at first, but eventually... sorry about that. But eventually, her heart couldn't take anymore. Eventually, shattered those bonds that she formed with that little puppy dog. Told her that enough was enough. Now, mind you, somewhere that puppy dog, buried to this very day, also been left by both the dragon and her first true love. I told you it'd be a bad story, but you still listened. So, I think that one's on you. You think it's true? Maybe. I'm not a very good storyteller though, so. But what do you think the moral of it is? Should the little kitty cat not have listened to the dog? Should she have instead talked to that lovely dragon? Should the puppy not have lied? Or is no one at fault? Me personally, I'm just glad that it's all over with. Pretty long car ride this has been, yeah? Where's your stop? Oh. Oh. You're for the long haul too, yeah? I'm glad you're comfortable listening to me then. You want another story? No? Yeah. I don't got any more anyway. Unless you want me to make something up. That would be good storytelling though. Maybe it would. I hope you feel better, by the way. If you're here because there's something wrong. If you're not, then I hope you feel better anyway. You should have more good days. I think this has gone on for quite some time. So I'm gonna try to find one last thing to say to you. And I thank you for joining me on. Try to spread the love. Everybody's going through something. Everybody's in some kind of pain. Everybody's suffering some indelible psychic wound deep within confines of their psyche. All dealing with something. So, try to be kind. Try to be loving. Try not to make things worse. Or do. I'm not your mom. And hey, I'll see you next time. Assuming you do. The band's always open after all. L.